What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our MPL Season 16 playoff predictions. And this is going to be the most competitive playoffs ever. I mean, this has been definitely the most competitive season of all time. Out of any region, out of any country, this is literally peak Mobile Legends is being displayed. And I just cannot wait for the games. I'm recording this on Monday morning, so the games start Wednesday, which is Tuesday night, I believe. So, or Wednesday night. So it's gonna be insane, and yeah, I'm just super excited to kick things off. So I'm gonna kind of explain to you guys why I pick the team, like the win cons for either team, and then yeah, obviously I'm gonna give you proper reasoning because I know all these teams well. I know their weaknesses, their strengths. So yeah, and I'm gonna try and be as unbiased as possible because obviously, as you guys can tell, I'm an Aurora fan, but I'm gonna be as unbiased as possible, give you an objective analysis on all the teams. So let's kick things off with the first matchup that is happening, which is Team Liquid Philippines versus Falcons to kick things off. By the way, M4 versus M5 champions to kick things off is absolutely insane. One of these teams is not going to make it to M7. One of these teams is not going to win MPL, which is crazy, especially with the caliber of players these teams have. Falcons has been in an upwards trajectory as of recent. They've been kind of gaining momentum, and I think gaining momentum into playoffs is a very dangerous thing because that just means that you're going to consistently get better. Well, I think Team Liquid Philippines has actually fallen off. I think they've displayed not a horrible showcase of what we're used to seeing, but there is a drop off in performance from Team Liquid Philippines. They don't seem as polished as they used to. They seem to make a lot more mistakes in games, a lot more random micro mistakes, getting caught out or engaging when they're not supposed to. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Team Liquid. Falcons has been looking good. They beat Onyx. They went on a massive win streak towards the end of the regular season. So I think they're going to be coming out fire, and I think Team Liquid will be coming out fire too. Now, who I'm going to predict to win, I think Team Liquid is going to win. I think that Team Liquid is going to shut down the Falcons' momentum early. I think Falcons are going to do a first round exit, which will be sad when it happens because it would be crazy to see a Cinderella story for Falcons, potentially a lot of those players last years, maybe a lot of them are retiring or going their separate ways. But I do think Team Liquid will put an end to the momentum of Falcons because Team Liquid Philippines, I think when they do lock in, they are one of the best teams. This team is a championship contending team. So is Falcons, but I think Team Liquid will get it done. I think they will get it done when it matters most. But it'll be 3-2. It'll be 3-2. Twisted Minds versus TNC, match 2. Twisted Minds has been getting a lot of slack. A lot of people think they're going to get done and dusted. I think Twisted Minds is a really good team. I rate Twisted Minds very highly compared to other people. I think this team is very good. They beat Onyx, they beat Team Liquid, I'm pretty sure, and they beat Falcons. So they beat 3 out of the 4 top teams. They are very good. The thing about Twisted Minds is that they can be inconsistent at times, perform under their level. But I do think that against top tier teams, they do tend to perform. But they are facing against TNC. The thing I like about Twisted Minds is that they're very unique when it comes to drafting and how they kind of prioritize their picks. They're the most unique team, I'd say. They love to play a Kai. They love to play these unorthodox picks. And they do tend to pay off a lot. Against TNC, I do think it'll work because I think TNC is the worst team out of all the 6 teams. And I don't think anybody would really disagree with that. I think TNC has just showed the worst level of gameplay over the course of the 9 weeks of regular season. So I do think Twisted Minds will win this one pretty comfortably. I'll say 3-1. And then, yeah, upper bracket match. Onyx versus Team Liquid Philippines, if this does happen. Now, this is a rematch of the grand finals. This time around, I do think Onyx is going to win. I think Onyx has shown better gameplay than Team Liquid. They've been more consistent this season. And to be honest, I don't go based off head-to-head all the time, but it does show that Onyx has been having Team Liquid's number this season. I mean, they beat them 2 times. First half of the regular season, the second half of the regular season, Onyx has just kind of owned them. So I think Onyx will win. I don't think it'll be domination. I think it'll be 3-2, but I do think Onyx will win this. I think with the time off, especially The thing about the upper bracket matches, guys, that it gives you such an advantage because you get to watch your opponents play the day before. So you have all this prep time, all this like the 2 weeks off. On top of you get to watch your opponents play the day before, so you can really really prep. I think that's going to give these teams a massive advantage going into potentially M7 area because obviously you want to get top two, right? That's what every team aims for. Like, sure, making playoffs is cool and all. You can still win from like the play-ins, but bro, you need the top two. You have such a higher advantage, such a higher percent chance of winning everything if you're top two. I do think Onyx will win 3-2, but I can see a world where Team Liquid wins. I think Team Liquid will ramp up in playoffs, but I don't think they'll be as dominant as they were last season. So yeah, Onyx to the upper bracket finals, and then next up we have Aurora versus Twisted Minds. My team, Aurora, the best team in the world right now. This team has been playing perfect Mobile Legends. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This team has shown the highest level of skill we've ever seen in Mobile Legends history. Yes, I'll say that again. Aurora has shown the highest level of play we've ever seen when it comes to micro, when it comes to macro, when it comes to drafting, when it comes to game timing, when it comes to tempo, when it comes to just every single aspect of the game. Aurora is always winning. They know how to play. Even when Aurora seems like they're losing, they always are winning deep down. The scary thing about Aurora is that even last season, their biggest issue was that they would throw a lot, or they would like it would be hard for them to come back from losing positions. But this season, they barely throw, and this season they come back, bro. This team can come back from like massive deficits and just out team fight you. So I think it's gonna be very very hard for Twisted Minds to beat Aurora. I really like Twisted Minds. Probably my second favorite team, honestly, out of all the 6 teams. I really like Twisted Minds. But yeah, I just think Aurora is just way better. They're on a different level, to be honest. I think they'll win 3-1. Might even be a 3-0, honestly, depending on the day. So yeah. Twisted Minds to the lower bracket against Team Liquid, upper bracket finals. That happens first. Upper bracket finals, I think Aurora versus Onyx. I mean, this is a rematch of the grand finals in season 14. This time around, I think Aurora is going to dominate Onyx. I mean, we've seen it in the regular season when every time Aurora plays Onyx, Aurora just dominate them. Even in the games that Onyx win, it's very, very neck and neck. And I do think Aurora were drafting very bad in those games. But this time around, Aurora just in the games that Aurora wins, it's not even close. It's like they're playing like epics. Like they dominate Onyx. They destroy them in like such the game time too. Like that's the thing about Aurora is when they win, it's not like barely winning. It's not like super drawn out games. They're like dominating Onyx. They're dominating them. So yeah, it's gonna be I think it's almost impossible for Onyx to beat Aurora. Honestly, I think especially in this meta where like it's so like utility centric, like XP and like the jungle. Like, bro, there's such a jungle and XP gap in this series. Like, Demon Kite is way better than King Kong, and Edward is just leagues, miles ahead of Kirk. And I do think that UA has been playing like, every single role Aurora is better in. So, yeah, I just don't see a world where Onyx wins, honestly. I think it's going to be 3-1 Aurora. I would be pretty surprised if Onyx can force a Game 5 here. And I'd be shocked. Like, I'd be really, really surprised if they're able to beat Aurora in the upper bracket final. So yeah, lower bracket, Team Liquid versus Twisted Minds. I can see a world where Twisted Minds makes a deep run. Again, I rate Twisted Minds very, very highly compared to other people. A lot of other people think Twisted Minds are like super inconsistent, which I can totally see that. But I do think their uniqueness does make them very, very interesting. I mean, this team with prep time, bro, like this team has 2 weeks off. You know, we don't know what they're cooking. We don't know what any of these teams are cooking. That's what makes playoffs exciting. I do think Team Liquid will win, though. I think Team Liquid will win. I'm actually predicting a 5-game series. I think this series is going to be very, very close. When Twisted Minds and Team Liquid play, it's always close. So I'm going to say 3-2. I don't think Team Liquid has been as dominant to say that they're going to 3-1 or 3-0 Twisted, even though they'll be the heavy favorites coming into this matchup. So, yeah, I just also don't trust Team Liquid's ability to just clean sweep or 3-1. They've been making a lot of mistakes. They've been dropping a lot of games. So I think Twisted Minds can definitely, like, I do think Twisted Minds can beat Onyx and Team Liquid. But I think, like, 10 times out of 10 times, those teams will beat Twisted Minds more times than Twisted Minds will beat them. But I don't think it's, like, impossible for Twisted Minds to beat any of these teams. I think it'll be extremely difficult for them to beat, like, Aurora. obviously, that I'm predicting them to face them in the second round, match 4. But besides that, I do think they can pretty much beat everyone else. So yeah, like given on the day if they're performing really well. Lower bracket finals, best of 7, Onyx versus Team Liquid. Only one of these teams can make it to grand finals, obviously. And only one of these teams can make it to M7. The fact that only one of these teams can make it to M7 is tragic. I've always believed and said that Philippines should have 3 slots. I think they should make Philippines a 10-team league and have 3 slots for M7 because it's by far the best region. It's by far the most dominant region. And it's by far, like, they should have the privilege of having 3 teams. I mean, the fact that Falcons, Team Liquid, Aurora, and Onyx, 2 of those teams can't make it to M7 is just insane to me because one of those 4 teams could win M7. Like, all those teams could win M7. So the fact that there's only 2 slots is crazy. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it goes. Man, this is really, really tough. I was actually, because before I even recorded this video, in my head, I was like, I know what's going to happen. Like, I know Aurora's going to make it to the finals, but, like, who's going to be in M7? Who's going to make it to the finals? And to be honest, guys, I've really been thinking about this, and I think that as much as I would love to give Team Liquid the win over Onyx, right? Because I don't like Onyx, but again, that has nothing to do with the actual gameplay. Who will win in a best of 7 right now? It's very, very difficult, honestly. I think, guys, that Onyx is going to make it to finals. I think Onyx is going to win 4-3. I think it's going to be very, very close. I think they're going to get their revenge from last season final where Team Liquid beat them 4-3. I think this time around, Onyx will take the cake. I think Onyx, I have to choose Onyx, bro, because Onyx have been playing better this season. They've made less mistakes, and I do think their drafts have been better. Like, their drafts have been better than Team Liquid. So I'm going to predict Onyx, but it's very, very close. Like, you can make arguments for Team Liquid, right? Like, I can easily see a world where Team Liquid, like, makes a deep run and just wins everything, right? Like, they have the capability of doing that. But as of right now, they just haven't given me that much confidence. So, yeah, and who knows? Like, bro, even Falcons could first-round Team Liquid. So, I don't know. Again, this is all, like, speculation. This is what I think is going to happen. This is what will most likely happen, like, given the seedings. Like, Team Liquid, Onyx, and Aurora were the top 3 teams heading into playoffs. So, these teams will definitely make it further. But, yeah, grand finals. Aurora versus Onyx Philippines. Rematch of Season 14 finals from a year ago, where Aurora was so close to winning. They were literally like a couple seconds away from winning another championship, obviously, because Aurora is Blacklist, formerly known as Blacklist. They were so close to winning another championship, but they messed it up in the end. And that's kind of what I want to, like, talk about. Like, Aurora has always been known as, like, this team that chokes when it matters. But with this win, because I am predicting them to win, because this team is just so dominant. And we've seen teams dominate before. Like, teams that are this dominant, like Onyx Philippines last year, like Team Liquid and M4, like Falcons AP Brennan and M5. When these teams are so dominant in the regular season and it leads into playoffs, they don't drop the ball. They just win everything. Now, I'm not saying Aurora's going to go on and win, like, every trophy for, like, the next, like, 2-3 years, but I do think they're going to dominate for a while if they keep this consistency up. Like, if everything goes according to plan, Aurora should win, right? Aurora should win. They just, by default, out-macro you, and they just generate leads that no other team can generate. So it's so hard to beat this team. Not only that, their hero pools are massive. It's so hard to ban out certain, like, players on this team. Like, Dominic is playing, like, the best player in the world. Edward looks like he's playing in prime Edward. Like, Kai is playing the best Mobile Legends of his life. UA is playing, like, the best mid laner ever. Light, the new addition to Light. Like, the new addition of Light is literally the missing piece of the puzzle. Like, that's the perfect puzzle for Aurora. So, yeah, I think Aurora is just going to dominate this playoffs. I think they'll win 4-2. I do think Onyx will take 2 games off of them. I don't think it's impossible for Onyx to win, but I think it will be extremely difficult. Like, Onyx will have to play the best Mobile Legends of their life if they want to beat Aurora, because that's how good Aurora have been playing. But yeah, Aurora, MPL champions, representing Philippines at M7 as the #1 team, and then Onyx will represent Philippines at M7 as the second seed, which is really, really good. At both of those teams make it to M7, it'll be the exact same thing as M6. So that's what I'm predicting. Hopefully I get Onyx or Aurora finals, because I want Aurora to beat Onyx, obviously, because I don't like Onyx, and I want them to get the revenge from last year, which Aurora should have won, even though we were massive underdogs. But that's besides the point. Let me know down in the comment section below who you guys think is going to win MPL. Let me know who you guys think is going to win M7, early M7 predictions. Let me know. Let me know what you agree and disagree with. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Playoff starts in 2 days, so, you know, mark your calendars, get your popcorn ready, because these games are going to be absolutely insane. As long as the games are important, as long as the games are entertaining, that's what matters. Like, if Aurora isn't playing, I don't actually care who wins, as long as Aurora wins. But, like, I just want to see some good Mobile Legends, guys. That's all that matters for the viewers, and that's honestly what the pros care about a lot too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.